I was broken, physically, mentally, emotionally, just broken. And I knew it was time. I needed help, and that was probably my biggest rock bottom for me was being on the side of somewhere I don't know where I'm at, drinking for days and days on end, not eating, not doing nothing, not coping, not dealing with life on life's terms, and feeling like the answer was at the end of every bottle that I was drinking, but it was only making my life progressively worse.
From the, drinking, smoking crack, snorting heroin. I remember literally sleeping in an alley by some dumpsters with other addicts, and just thinking, I just want some hope. I want out of this, and I don't know what's the first step to make.
I remember just saying, I don't want to be here anymore. Like, it's just, this is not the life that I want to live, and I just was ready to go.
For many of you, a Thursday evening is snuggling up on the sofa, watching a TV show, or having a nice dinner and having fun together. Unlike many other people who are living under the underpass with pouring down rain, struggling with addiction and poverty and homelessness, we're here tonight to offer hope to this side of life. Welcome to Helping Up Mission's 2020 graduation celebration. Thank you for joining us. Being in your home this evening for this event is far different than our normal in-person event, which is in a banquet hall with 1,500 people. But then so much is different and uncertain for all of us. But what is not different is that many people living in the streets and in abandoned places throughout the city and surrounding counties are struggling with addiction, poverty, and homelessness. And every day, lives are being lost. The bright side to this dark reality is that many are reaching out for help today and coming to Helping Up Mission's doors. And what is certain for them is when they do arrive, they've received the help they're seeking and much, much more. The bright truth is that many who are living in utter despair of drug addiction today want more for their lives than just to stop using drugs. They want to experience a life transformation. And because of you and thousands of others, Helping Up Mission can provide that extraordinary life-changing opportunity. We're going to talk today about the hope that not only saves lives, but provides that much more kind of hope. We're going to do that through the eyes of real graduates. And if you're like me, you'll feel the inspiration flowing through you as you hear their stories firsthand. And you will have a really good feeling of having a part in making this hope possible. Consider this, the graduates you will hear from represent over 100 others who are part of the 2020 graduating class. 1 year at HUM can make a huge difference for many families, communities, our city, and our state. Thanks again for joining us, and enjoy HUM's 2020 graduation celebration.
We tell the guys this as soon as they get in here. We tell them that you are not primarily a problem to be fixed or a problem to be cured. You're a person with a story, and that even in the heartbreak of that story, we believe it can be redeemed with new things.
Since the first time that my life became unmanageable because of my addiction, I started to take my addiction on the road, and I would move from Texas to California. Would do good for a little while, and then my addiction would take hold, and I would lose everything, my job, my relationship, and I would end up in the streets, homeless. Something that I didn't know anything about growing up. Living in abandoned homes, roaming the streets with other addicts, prostitutes, something that, if you asked me when I was a child, in my parents' home, going to church with my father who's a pastor, that would be my future, I would have said you're crazy.
Some of the challenges I think to Ramon initially was, and I want to be careful about this, there's sometimes that guys come in a little more privileged than other guys in the program, and he had to come to grips with the fact that even though he was privileged how he grew up, he wasted it and didn't use it as an opportunity to humble himself and say, I'm as needy and broken as anyone.
I didn't really think far ahead. I didn't care what the consequences would be.
everybody have a story. Everybody have something about them. And so I couldn't figure her out, because I try to figure people out sometimes. So I pulled her to the side and I said, T, why are you here? What's your story?
So I remember when I guess not realized I had addiction, but I depended on alcohol to basically get me through a day. Then I got into a relationship with someone. It wasn't really a good relationship that I needed to be in at the time, and I was drinking and partying, and I stopped working and basically just let go of who Tierra really was. Through my childhood was not all that great. To see your mom dying from cancer and hearing that the last day that you saw her that everything was going to turn around, and then the next day I get a call saying that come say your goodbyes because it might be the last time you see her.
And then when she told me, her background about her parents and everything, and I don't know, I feel like crying now. I couldn't imagine being in her situation. And I couldn't imagine somebody going through what she went through and still happy. She is strong. I'm sorry.
At the end of the day, people do what they want. What we want people to realize is that we want them to want recovery, want their family back, want their daughters, sons back, want their parents back more than they want a false feel-good.
And the whole time, I desired a place to help me rise up.
When people think helping up mission or a mission, they think a little soup kitchen somewhere passing out some bread and crackers. And while there's nothing wrong with that, the Helping Up mission is a comprehensive long-term program for people struggling with long-term addiction issues.
We didn't get here overnight. It took a long time for a lot of us to get to the point where we were broken enough to get here. And we don't heal overnight either. So they give you the time and the space and the community to heal and recover.
Well, the Helping Up Mission is an organization that provides hope to those that are struggling with alcohol, homelessness, and addiction. And we provide that hope through challenging them on their psychological, physical, and spiritual needs.
We have a program that at the moment probably has around 300 guys here, and we're excited that people are coming in, men and women, what makes Helping Up Mission special is that we have a large program but try to boil it down to individuals. So while we have a program that's well thought out, the reality is, man, all those people in that program are not just a program, they're a person with a story. We deal with everything, and we understand that it took a long time to get people in unhealthy patterns, and the mission at the core develops a well thought out process on how to undo all those messed up pictures that have, to introduce to them new pictures of who they can be without drugs and alcohol, and who they can be as God works in their hearts and minds.
What's different about the HUM is, this is a Christ-centered, faith-based program, and we're not ashamed of that.
Our goal is to love them through the love of Jesus Christ. And through that, we can't go wrong.
The Helping Up Mission is open to anyone, as I said, that's struggling. So we're pretty much a walk-in facility. If you're struggling, you heard about us, whether it be from another organization, a hospital, on the street, you're welcome here to Helping Up Mission. All you have to do is have a willingness to do better.
We really believe that the recovery is personal and that it's their recovery. We are there to offer options and privilege, but it really comes down to them.
We love those women. They're our children. They're like our children. They're our sisters, our mothers. We love them to death. We want to show them there's a better way. They don't have to stay in that.
We're going to teach them how to enter into their sorrow and their pain without using. And if they can do that, they're going to start getting healthier.
When I first walked in, I was nervous, excited but nervous. I don't like changes, but I knew it was a change that I needed.
She came in, like everybody else, a little bewildered. We scooped her right up and threw her right into the mix with all the women that were already in the program.
It's hard the first step, asking for help, is already being vulnerable, but to open up and kind of be yourself and tell your story, it kind of is scary.
She kind of sat in the back, didn't say much. And I could tell she didn't really want to be there. Because, nobody wants to be in class when you have to go. But T would sit in the back, and she would take notes no matter what.
Once I heard everybody go around and sharing their experience about grief and everything that they went through, that's the first time I can honestly say I opened up.
From the first day that I walked through the doors of the Helping Up Mission, they understood me.
Okay, well, Ramon is the kind of the epitome of what an individual goes through during the process.
Everybody has a story. I know I had a story. And it wasn't any different than any other addict that walks through those doors. It was a story of hopelessness, of mistakes, of regrets, of shame.
Okay, he's a guy that came in admitting that he was broken from the beginning. And when you're working with a gentleman that acknowledges that his spirit is broken, his very being is broken, that now you can feed into him what needs to be fed into him. And Ramon accepted the challenge of knowing that he had a problem and knowing that he had to deal with it and knowing he couldn't run from it.
They offered me the opportunity to get close to Christ, the opportunity to work on myself without having to worry about where I was going to get my next meal, without having to worry about where I was going to get clothes or toiletries from. My laundry's taken care of. I have a warm bed to lay my head at night. And that just set the platform for the transformation to happen.
It's been fulfilling to know that I can be around people and be open and vulnerable. With me being open and vulnerable, it's somebody in that room or somebody in that class or somebody in that building that has the same story or the same interactions that I went through.
Everything we do in the program is to transform old, normal patterns. I'm talking about deep abuse and neglect and trauma that has been so normalized by so many of the people. They didn't even know it was unhealthy. So part of the challenges are, for number one, that they would see that was really messed up, potentially, how they grew up or what they've done to others, and to break free of that sick normal, and then to allow a new normal to come about. To be honest, that takes a lot of time, a lot of energy, and a lot of desire, and want something new.
This whole Helping Up Mission is a process. It starts from one phase and goes to another phase because it tries to meet you at every level of your need.
I say the Helping Up Mission saved my life.
This place saved my life.
The HUM means a lot to me. It means a lot. I can't put it in one word.
When the pressure's on, we need a game plan. When we feel fear rising up inside, we need to meet it with trust in a plan and a power greater than ourselves. I'm John Harbaugh of the Baltimore Ravens, and I'm so glad to be part of this virtual event with you. For all 12 years I've been the head coach, the Ravens have partnered with Hum by providing winter coats for the men. Many summers, our rookies have served meals at Hum. One of the things I love most about Helping Up Mission is how they walk alongside men and women to face their fears and enter a new and a beautiful future with a hope and a plan. Trust has been a big word with the Ravens organization, especially over the past year. We talk a lot about trust. We talk a little bit about big trust, right? Big trust in each other, and most importantly, in God. That's important when the game is on the line. It's even more important when our life is on the line. The team at Helping Up Mission, they know what it takes to recover from addiction. Many of their staff are in recovery themselves, even graduates of the program. Their experience and their knowledge makes them a trustworthy guide for facing fears and making a plan. The word says beautifully, "For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future." Those are some good plans. Let's trust the plan. Let's follow the plan into our future. Big trust.
In addiction, you're not worried about, oh, let me get up at 7 o'clock in the morning, make my bed, go to devotion, get my mind started off on the right path when I get up in the morning. When you're in addiction, you like, oh, I get up, or oh, let me get this bottle first, or oh, let me roll over 10 more seconds. No, it's more of a structured thing. You get up, make your bed, devotion.
One of the things that really helped me is having a plan. And you know, to be successful in life or in recovery, you have to trust the plan.
And that plan attacks the psychological, the physical, and the spiritual needs of that individual. Now, that goes all the way from day 1 to 365 days when he can stand on a podium and say he has successfully completed the program.
And they help me learn how to have faith and trust the process.
Kind of like a set schedule. You're automatically in a 30-day blackout. Every class is mandatory. It's not optional. You have to do therapy, go to the doctors, like stuff that you have not tended to or taken care of in a very, very long time. Your mental health, your physical health.
But they had to be honest, open, and willing. You have to have a desire to make a change in your life. That's really where it starts at. Without you, the plan is nothing.
It's a daily surrendering that you have to do. You have to surrender to the process. You have to surrender to your character defects and know that you have to put in the work. As much as the Hum gives me tools and gives me all the resources I need, I have to show up.
But if you truly are not looking for change in your life, change doesn't happen. Change starts with the individual.
So the Hum taught me how to follow direction, how to follow rules, structure, getting up in the morning, making my bed, you know, being responsible, making it to work therapy.
Mental health class, then you have spiritual life and work therapy. It's a good structure that you let go of, or you don't realize that you're letting go of while you're in addiction, because you feel like, oh, you're still managing your life when you're in addiction, but it's really not managed at all. It gives you a normal aspect of what your life should be.
You know, some days I don't want to get up.
I gotta do it. If I get in that this suck mindset, I'm gonna be right back in the liquor store. If I get in that this suck mindset, I don't feel like doing that, I know I'm gonna be back down where I just came from, and I'm not trying to go back down that path, that road, that destruction, that chaos. That's where the devil is. I'm trying to live the straight, righteous lane with the Lord.
I joined the choir. I was able to find a sponsor, and I'm working the steps, and I was able to go back to school and become a peer recovery specialist.
You know, we have found that these are men and women that are adults, and we have found no matter what we have on the game plan, it still comes down to their desire.
Even when I have bad days, I know that when I wake up, I'm going to get good news, a positive message. Just not giving up. always have that mindset of you can always reset your day.
That plan, I'm still living it. I'm still trusting in it. And Helping the Mission taught me how to just sit still and listen to God and follow God's will.
7-6. Ball game. Oh, it's tied. Get out of way here. Back. Goodbye. Home run. Orioles win it. 3-2. Brian Roberts.
Hi, I'm former Orioles second baseman Brian Roberts, and I'm honored to be a part of this evening with you. My wife and I have had the opportunity to be involved with HUM in numerous ways over the past 10 years. I think one of the most rewarding parts of that journey has been to see how the strategic, holistic plan to spiritual recovery has changed the lives and the future of so many men and women in the city of Baltimore. I believe that one of the greatest things that HUM provides is hope. Hope for transformation, hope for a new beginning, and hope for a better future. However, hope alone will not get us where we desire to go. Hope is only as good as the plan that we put in place to get us there. And a plan only works if we fully trust that plan. In 2005, I was in the midst of my best season when I suffered a gruesome injury to my left arm. As I walked off the field in Yankee Stadium, I did not know if I would ever play the game of baseball again. As I saw doctors, that hope began to come back. However, that hope was not going to be the only thing that got me to become a Major League Baseball player again. I needed guidance, I needed a plan, I needed people who had walked the road of recovery before and could put that plan in place for me. And in the end, that hope, as well as the plan of many trusted people and God, led me to be able to play 10 more years of baseball. My life verse is Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. It says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will direct your paths." I believe that this counsel is wise for all of us, whether we are a recent graduate or not. I urge each one of us, put our hope in God, trust the plan, and do not be afraid. Thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of this great evening, and may God bless each one of you.
Once I got started in the HUM and I sat down with my counselors and treatment coordinator and made a plan for myself, I actually started trusting the process. To this day, I'm following that plan.
He was willing to put in the work right out of the gate. He committed to attending 90 meetings in 90 days. He was willing to get a sponsor. He was willing to work the steps. You know, he was willing to take suggestions.
Oh, T definitely puts in the work. In her recovery, she has all these needs and she just needs to talk them out. So over the course of the 6 months, she's started opening up.
T is working her plan by committing to reading the Bible. Sometimes I hear her walking around singing songs, gospel songs, so she's really trying to change her life spiritually.
Like I said, I've been born and raised in church, and you don't really understand the Bible or the concept of God when you're a child. You just know what you're doing. Your parents tell you God don't like, that's what you don't do. So really understanding the spiritual aspect of it, the Bible, having somebody who can actually break down to you scriptures.
It took me from being irresponsible, being in addiction, being homeless, to today, I'm accountable, I'm dependable, I'm a productive member of society, and I'm following a program, and my relationship with Christ is growing day by day.
And I think that when you're dealing with a guy like Ramon, if he can see progress through phase treatment, I think he grabs hold to it more. So if you tell him that this is what I need you to accomplish at a certain level of your treatment, and then you have a stick to measure it with by a certain time, he takes hold of that, and then he uses that, and then he grows into the next level. And that's the way God does us too, if you look at it. He takes us from a little, gives us a little bit more, to finally, he blooms us, he blossoms us into what he has us to be.
I set out a plan, and I followed through with that plan. So today I'm accountable and I'm dependable. So I when I set out a schedule, or I say I'm going to be somewhere, today I do it.
Oh, I trust it because they have your best interests at heart. They know what works. They know it's been years, and you know it's worked for so many others. So I trust it because I know it worked for me. Every day is not easy. You definitely have your ups and downs.
And even if I don't feel like doing something, the gratification that I feel after, being responsible and knowing that someone can count on me, it's something that today people actually can trust my word.
I can say my best day in recovery is every day. Every day I wake up and don't feel the need to drink or smoke, and every day that I can lay my head on that pillow and thank God that I made it through the day without a drink, it's a good day in recovery for me.
Some days I don't want to follow the plan, but that's where the faith comes in. That's where trusting that the process is going to work. And then also the fruit that I've gotten in the year and a half that I've been at the helm.
We fall down, but we get up. We fall down, but we get up. We fall down, but we get up. Oh yeah, for a saint is just a sinner who fell down, but we can't stay there and gotta sing now. We fall down, we fall down, we get up, we get back up again. We fall down, we get up, so we get back up again. We fall down, we get up, we get back up again. For a Savior, just a sinner who fell down and got up. See, we fall down, we get back up again. We fall down, no matter how hard you fall. Back up again. We fall down. We fall down. We get back up again. For a Savior is just a sinner who fell down and got up. You see, we get back up again. 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 No matter how hard you fall. Get back up again. Get back up again. Get back up again. Get back up again. For a Savior, just a sinner who fell but we get up. We fall down, but we get up. We fall down, but we get up. Oh yeah, for a saint is just a sinner who fell down.
You're hearing the fascinating stories of T and Ramon. I've been here at Helping Out Mission for over 26 years, and I am still inspired by the stories of successful recovery. These personal stories provide the inspiration that drives us all to provide more hope to more people. Our new Women and Children's Center is a good example. It's presently under construction, and will be completed in September of 2021. It will provide 200 beds for women like T and 50 beds for their children. This new center for women and children will greatly increase HUM's scope of hope. You know, all around us, throughout the city and state and beyond, in public view and hidden, there are people like T and Ramon who are suffering at the deepest levels. They're at the end of themselves. Personal willpower is exhausted, and the impending doom of chemical addiction is like a cloud that's so dark that all hope is gone. And for many, even death is a welcome thought. They and their loved ones, they're wondering if there will ever be a way out of this. Among the thousands of people who find themselves in these desperate conditions, there are many who are ready and even right now desperate for life change. And you know, thankfully, because of the thousands of supporters, Helping Up Mission can offer a spiritual recovery program that can be trusted. It will work for anyone willing to work it. The plan is a long-term one. It goes for a year or more. It happens to be in a residential setting that is Christian faith-based and offers a power that's greater than ourselves. And it's in a Christian therapeutic healing community where there are experienced teachers and guides, many who are graduates of the program that are available to help. With the help of our strategic partners in the community, we're able to provide drug treatment counseling, mental health services, primary medical care, dental care, education and career counseling, spiritual retreats and recreational activities, and much more. Over the years, thousands of people have come through Helping Up Mission where they found it to be a place of respite and began a new life that led them to long-term transformation. And today, hundreds are in our program right now and need our help as I speak. Your gifts are the reason help and hope can be available. So thank you for being a part of this virtual graduation event this evening. Together, we are empowering people like T and Ramon to achieve lasting change and become sources of hope in their families and their communities. It's because of you that T and Ramon are walking that path of success one day at a time, along with 130 HUM Spiritual Recovery Program graduates. So God bless you for making a difference for good, and God bless our graduates. And may God bless the road to hope that we are all on, along with T and Ramon.
Recovering from addiction is a unique journey for each person served at Helping Up Mission. A difficult journey for some of us to understand, and others, we know it all too well. The stories we've heard from Ramon and T are just two examples of the 130 plus graduates that we're celebrating here today, and they're all heroes. I've seen HUM firsthand on many occasions, and I'm impressed with their compassion for our vulnerable neighbors. I can personally attest to the impact they have on individuals, families, and our Baltimore community. My family and I, Ingrid and Allison and myself, we are honored to be a part of the HUM family, and we know that our gifts are specifically making a life-saving difference for people right here in this room. Please join me and thousands of others who give to Helping Up Mission. Whatever you can do, become a Helping Up hero with your gift today. Make a difference for one, two, or more. We're counting on you.
So today my life has taken a complete 180 from where I used to be before I came to the Helping Up Mission. Today, not only am I recovering, I've restored my relationship with Christ, restored my relationship with my parents, my brother, my sister.
I've grown tremendously. I walk around with a smile on my face, laughing, joking.
I have people that count on me today. I have people that care about me. I get to give back. And best of all, I get to walk on a daily basis with my Lord Jesus Christ, who I now have a strong relationship and bond with him.
Waking up grateful, devoted. Every day is a fighting battle with your addiction, but I'm grateful that every day I get to wake up and every night I get to go to sleep and say, thank you, God, that I have to use today.
Not only do I help run Celebrate Recovery meetings and be able to help the newcomer, but I have a purpose and a direction and a plan to follow and to trust.
Got promoted as kitchen manager because they saw my work ethic, my worth. I'm pretty much dependable, reliable. My social life is going great. Being more open, vulnerable, understanding, pretty much getting to know people and people getting to know me for me in a healthy way without having to think that, oh, I need alcohol to open me up.
It's just nice that when I'm having a rough day, I have actual friends, people that I can count on, that want what's best for me, that I can rely on and have the same goals that I have.
Being able to be yourself again, to love yourself again, to care about yourself again, to be grateful for the little things in life that when you were using or drinking or whatever, never took time to really appreciate. So I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for my growth. I'm grateful for who I am today and who I will continue to be a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, with sobriety under my belt and helping others and being somebody's sponsor and showing people that it is possible to get clean and sober and stay that way.
A year ago, I was completely broken.
I was in prison in my own head. I was sitting in the backyard of an abandoned house with the obsession to put one more nail in my coffin.
I'd had a plan to end my life because drinking had consumed me. Anger had consumed me so much.
I used to feel like not getting out of bed every morning.
Emptiness had a stranglehold on my will to live after living in a train tunnel for 10.5 months.
I was hopeless.
Today, I am no longer that.
Today, I have hope.
I am filled with hope and gratitude for the brotherhood that is at the Helping Up mission.
And this last year has brought so much peace to my life.
Now, every day when I wake up, I enjoy the sunlight. Can't wait to get out of bed.
It was a spiritual awakening.
Have a will to live again.
I am grateful and humble for all that God has granted me.
Helping Up mission has absolutely saved my life by giving me the stability to work on myself.
I've accomplished more in these past 6 months than I have in the 43 years that I've been living.
Today, I'm a massage therapist.
Today, I have an interview for a position at Johns Hopkins.
Today, I have hope. Today, I have love. Today, I have me.
With the help of everyone here at the Hum, I do have a future indeed.
And I thank God and I thank the Hum for the path I'm on today.
God,
grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change,
the courage to change the things that I can,
and the wisdom to know the difference.
Living one day at a time.
Enjoying one moment at a time.
Accepting hardship as a pathway to peace.
Taking, as Jesus did, the sinful world as it is, not as I would have it.
Trusting that you will make all things right if I surrender to your will, so that I may be reasonably happy in this life and supremely happy with you forever in the next.
Amen.
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 Spiritual recovery is a tremendous battle for each man and woman that is served at Helping Up Mission. Ramon and T are just two examples of the more than 130 graduates that we celebrate here today. And all of them are truly heroes. My wife and I have been a part of Helping Up Mission for many years now, and we can testify to the impact that they are having on individuals, families, and the Baltimore community. We feel truly blessed to be a part of the Hum family, and we know that our financial gifts are making a life-saving difference in hundreds of lives each day. Would you please join me and thousands of others that give to the Helping Up mission? Become a hero to the men and women that are served at Hum with your generous financial gift today, and may God bless you.
Hey, once again, I'm Kevin Riggs, and I would like to say at this time to all you donors out there, thank you so very much for your service, for your donation, helping me get my life back on track. You've been a blessing to me, and I really appreciate everything that you have done for me. I am not the same man that I used to be. Thank you.
For those of you who donate to this place, thank you so much for all you've done. If it wasn't for this place, I would not be where I'm at today. I wouldn't have the opportunity to be the useful human that I am today. And for that, I thank you.
To the people that support Helping Up Mission, your money could not be used for a better cause. Helping Up Mission has put people in my life that were able to save someone like me who thought they were unable to be fixed. And I've been given the resources, I've been given the knowledge, I've been given just time alone with some of these people, the therapists, the counselors, to really get my life back on track. So I would be willing to say that the money that is given to Helping Up Mission is some of the best money that could possibly be spent, because it's saving thousands of people's lives on a yearly basis, and I know that because it saved mine.
Thank you from the bottom of my heart personally for all your contributions. Thank you for your hardships and actually applying what God has taught us in our lives, that the message of carrying the hope is by our abilities to help others. The financially contributions that you make it possible for me and others like me to have a life and have a life more abundantly.
Yo quiero animarlos y pedirles que sigan orando, contribuyendo y apoyando a esta misión, porque cada día vidas son transformadas, no importa de cuál es tu origen, cuál es tu cultura o cuál es tu idioma. Gracias a Dios, todos los que trabajan aquí han dado su vida a Jesucristo y trabajan cada día con una misión, y es la misión de traer más almas a Cristo y ayudar que más almas puedan rehabilitarse y regresar a la comunidad para ser hombres y mujeres también, como Dios ha querido que seamos. Gracias por todo y gracias por darme esta oportunidad de hablarles al corazón.
Thank you to the donors, the volunteers, the staff members, everybody, even clients, for just being there and taking time out to be part of something genuinely good that helps other people get back on their feet and get their head clear and get their life back together. It's a good feeling to say now, 7 months after walking in the door, that there's hope, and that's not possible without other people. So thank you.